don't have a hole in my lip, but I pretend I do. Good morning. Good morning. You're supposed to be asleep. It's like what time in your in Hawaii right now? Good morning. I'm putting templates that I use on their keychain. My work area is a hot mess. 3 a.m. You need to go to bed. You can catch me live. You can catch the recording. Go to sleep. Sleep is super important. It's Sunday. I got to sleep in a little bit, and I woke up. I got brushed my teeth, washed my face, all that stuff that we do. Put on clothes, whatever. And I just lost all the templates. So I go downstairs, and my husband's not in the bed, so I'm like, I automatically think he's outside working in the yard or he's doing something with the dogs. So I go downstairs. The way our sofas work is that we have a long sectional that faces one side of the wall, and then we have another long sectional that kind of faces the glass doors that leads to our backyard, right? So on the long sectional, to the far right is Faith curled up in a ball, like asleep. Right in the middle is Loki, and then there's my husband stretched out on the other side. So I was taking pictures, and then it was dark because they had it all dark. Instead of doing the curtains, I decided, let me take some pictures with flash, and they were like, "Oh my god, we're asleep." It was so cute. It was like, if I didn't take pictures, I would have instantly regretted that. It was so cute. The thing is that if any of you guys if I ever get the honor to meet any of you guys in person, you're able to come over, you'll see Loki is like the most snugglest puppy you've ever seen. Like he just loves being in, like, on or by someone that's laying down. Like that's his favorite thing. I think it's in my head. I think it's because his hair's not long, so maybe he's cold. I don't. I don't know. He's also that weird dog that lets us put clothes on him and he'll wear it like all day. I've never had a dog that did that. Like most of my dogs will like immediately try to rip it off or do whatever. He like he has like a distinguished gentleman like infinity scarf that like if he smells it anywhere in the house, she tries to go after it because he like wore it for like a week. My daughter put it on him and I was like, it's smelling because he's a Great Dane Cane Corso, so they drool. So it like I was trying to take it off him every day, but he would just find it and then somebody would put it on. So finally I was able to get it off, put it in the wash, but I guess his scent is still on it. So whenever we take out the winter clothes or the fall stuff, he's all about that life. He knows exactly what's his item. It's pretty crazy. Good morning. So I did watch all of Kasaya's like tour of the vendor hall. That has to be the most vendors out of any of the Soul Magicals. That was insane. They had so many different people I'd never seen before, so many different things that I want. I like had like a mental checklist, hoping that these things are available for retail. Like it is pretty cool. There was like a lot of people there. Um, just so much. I'm like that's very exciting for them. I hope everybody gets to have fun. Then like so many creations had like a short video of what her class looked like that day. So I'm just like anybody that's putting So Magical to see, I'm like watching it on YouTube while I'm working. And I appreciate it. Lynette like tagged me out for when Cassius is. I didn't get any notification. That was drove me nuts. It actually gave me a notification 20 minutes into watching it. I don't know why YouTube does that. Good morning. I have no idea why YouTube does that. That drives me nuts because I didn't get to see. I had to actually, when her live ended, I went and got like ate, and then I went back and watched the time that I missed. I don't understand why I didn't get notification until like she was 20 minutes into the live, but I appreciate Lynette because I probably would even knew about it knowing YouTube. I know. I she did a really good job. She had good interviews with a lot of different people. There are people that were not at the So Magical Texas or Florida that I didn't see, and I hope that they come in Florida. I love seeing all these different vendors because what happens is that in the community we get told like, oh, try so and so, they have really awesome tape, and you're like, okay, you go look it online, and then I hate buying online because you never know what something's gonna look like, feel, whatever. So when I go there and I'm able to touch everybody, go to everyone's vendor booth and touch their stuff, I can get a sense of the material, and then I'm not reluctant to purchase for them in the future online because I now know what that shop is. Yeah, a lot of new faces. A lot of new faces. And it was great to see that. I definitely was happy to see Fandera, the one that she did with the Zelda box. I am hoping that she has one box left because I love Zelda. When she announced it in the group before she left, I was like, oh man, don't sell out. I want her to sell out, of course, because small business. But I was glad. It was so awesome to see a face behind a name that I know. I buy hardware from her. I buy a lot of my Lord of the Ring hardware from her. And it was so awesome. I had no idea what she looked like. So it was cool. Got to see her personality. Then you get to hear that her family's coming. They're doing a family vacation thing. And I'm like, it makes you like enthusiastic to purchase from these people because now you got a name and a face, and it's pretty cool. Good morning, Lynette. Thank you for the for tagging me with the notification. I really appreciate that because, like, yeah, because I was the first one I seen go live. So I'm hoping other YouTubers, because I know a couple YouTubers are there, will be able to go live so we can see too what they see. I'm hoping someone that I know. Kayla went live in the So Magical group during the karaoke, but I think it was only for like 10-15 minutes and it was pretty cute. I'm hoping somebody goes live when they do. I don't know if today or yesterday was the runway show. I love that thing. It was so cool because it's not just like clothes. It's just you can walk down the runway with a bag, a quilt, whatever. And it's just super cool seeing so many people have confidence in their sewing make. It's just outrageous. Yeah, definitely. It's good to see faces because like you all these people you're purchasing from and you're like, "Oh, this is who you are. This is cool. I had no idea." And it just makes you feel like you know that person a little better and you're more comfortable with purchasing stuff because when you say, "Oh, Fandera, I'm going to have her in her white cardigan with her hair kind of wavy curly." I'll have her image in my mind. So when it just makes things easier to purchase. I didn't see Susan's lot. Oh yeah, I seen Cy and Susan's. Yes, that was the only one I've seen so far. So I'm hoping that, like I said, there's a couple other YouTubers that are there. I'm hoping some people just like go live. Um, just waiting. It was nice to see what everybody had at their booth. I'm not gonna lie, like Fandera and So Many Creations. I see that Jessica has different some more cork that she didn't have in Texas. And I'm just like, check, I gotta get this one. Check. Like, I don't know. I love her cork. It's beautiful quality. She takes a lot of pride in her cork. So I'm like, check, I gotta get this one. I need to get like some polka dot ones because I'm a sucker for polka dots. So there's that. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Monica was there. One of my besties, Nicole, was there talking about New Moxie. That's my girl. So there was a lot of people that were there. And I'm like, yay, my friends. Yes, sweetly unique. Yeah. I seen that too. I seen that she had templates. I think she wasn't she the one with also the appliques? She had a couple appliques at her table, and I was like, oh, when you come back online, I am buying some appliques. Good morning. Yeah, so there was this like I was so excited to see everything. I'm still on watch right now. I've been like searching. I've been searching. I went on this morning to see if Sally Tomato had anything about their advent calendar box. I have high notifications on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm watching their newsletter. So to see when they announce it. So as soon as I do, I'll tell you. And if it's like at a weird time and I already did a live, I'll just post it on Facebook, not on Facebook, but on YouTube. Oh man, my sinuses are killing me today. I thought for sure because the rain and the thunderstorms that we had that it'll kind of clear out the smoke, but it's better than it was. But 2 days ago, I was like dying. I was doing all these like cool acupressure things. Like me and YouTube were best friends because I was trying to figure out what I can do to relieve the pain because medicine wasn't working. So I found out these really cool acupressures in your eyebrows, but my eyebrows are now super swollen because of it. But it weirdly worked. And then somebody told me about this. They look like these horrible 80s TVs sunglasses, but they have like consistent heat that goes around this area and they kind of like sink into your eye socket a little bit like they go in and it's supposed to be like heat therapy. It felt pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't like alleviate the pain, but it did um I guess what it did is it counteracts when you're in pain, you feel bad. No one's like, "Oh yeah, this pain feels good. Yeah, I love migraines." Like, if you ever hear someone say they love migraines, you need to run because no. Someone's like, "Yeah, I love migraines. They make me feel good inside." Run. Do not talk to them. Do not comply because something ain't right. um, so what it does is with the heat, like it's kind of soothing and it feels good. So I guess it counteracts that feels bad. So you're for a moment for whatever session you do, I think there's like a 10, 15 minute, 30 minutes, whatever session you do, you feel like normal. And it helps, but like to reduce any of the swelling, because like if you see I have swelling through here, I've been doing acupressure, things like you're like sticking your thumbs and crazy stuff, and like having your head upside down a lot to help with the draining and all that crazy stuff. There's actually a couple of different yoga moves that my ENT always recommends when I'm like really congested, to help get things moving in my face or whatever. So, um, yeah, that felt good. I'm probably going to invest into something a little bit more better, like a better brand, because I know that there's a couple of different brands out there, and I hate getting things on Amazon. Like no one, I love getting anything electronic, anything that I have to plug into a wall or charge through Amazon. Um, so yeah, there is a cheaper one that you can get at CVS that costs $10, and it has like some kind of something that you could put into the microwave and you could put on your face, and the sand or whatever the weight goes into your eyes and it helps through the situation. But yeah, I was talking to my sister and she was saying that there's this little machine thing that your ENT or even your migraine people can give you. It's still under trials, but it doesn't have any negative effects on people, and it looks like an eyedropper, but it pulse does like different levels of pulsating points, and you put it on pressure points, like you hold it or you rub it down and it pulsates and it helps try to clear congestion and clear whatever. So I was doing some weird stuff yesterday with my face, super swollen through here. um I did finish one bag. I can't show it to you until Wednesday or Thursday. It is a backstitch strike off. I did a bag that I hated to do because I feel like it always shows that my skills are not up to what I wanted to be. And I was actually really satisfied with it yesterday. It's not exactly to the point where I'm like, yes, I mastered this bag. But for my second time making this bag, I feel really proud of myself. Um, because this particular bag, the directions are kind of they're funny, like, the person is raw and real in it, and she's hilarious, but, it doesn't go into great detail. It's not like a knotted thread or an Ora Rosa or a lavender and twine, and I know that's not for everybody, but that's definitely for me. I the more instructions, the less confusion I have, if that makes sense. The fewer the instructions, the more is left up to my mind and my imagination, and that is not a great place to be sometimes. So, I like when someone gives me an in-depth information, kind of like a deep dive, so that way I don't it leaves little to the imagination and it becomes straightforward to me. Yeah, sinuses are not right now with all that smoke in Canada and fires in Canada, we are not doing good. This is like some people said they're going around with wearing masks and whatever. You got to figure out what can you do to help relieve pressure at home. So I definitely tell you to look into yoga videos. Definitely call an ENT. They'll tell you like pressure points. Try like over the counter non like pain meds, but like essential oils, hot compress, cold compress. Cold compress relieves swelling, so that way it can flow more. And as much as I love heat, and I know a lot of people like heat, it's good to have like like kind of like how athletes have a hot treatment and a cold treatment. Because I didn't put a cold treatment, you can see how swollen I am through here because it was just heat and it's releasing the muscles and the ligaments and everything around my face, but I'm not reducing swelling. Yeah, I can't wait for Sally Samuel's Advent box. And you know what I'm really giddy about, and it's like ridiculously silly. I loved how they put the box together last year. How they had it like a Santa's elf, and each station had something where someone's wrapping it or whatever. I It's like little things like that during the holidays that make me feel like I'm a kid again. Like the I think the reason why people want to feel like a child again at Christmas or a Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you believe in during that time of the year is because there's like magic. Your parents make some kind of magic, your teachers make some kind of magic. The adults around you are like more uplifted and happy, and there's like better food you eat. You have Thanksgiving, you have your holidays, your get-togethers. There's like a jolly spirit in the air. And I think that's why a lot of people, when they think of the holidays, they automatically go back to their childhood, is because there was some kind of magic in it. And when she did that, when they did that, it be for a brief moment that day. And I think what happened is I remember that day. That day I was one having a bad migraine. I was arguing with my youngest daughter. I was just having an off day. Like I didn't sleep well. Like I got 3 hours of sleep. And then when I seen that, even though I didn't get that box and I watched the whole thing, it made me not think of anything for a while. And just the pure joy of someone putting an advent calendar together, shipping it out, to give it to someone else so they can have 25 days of fun as an adult. So I thought that was genius and really cool. And it probably was a lot harder to put together than what us outsiders were watching. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I heard about there's different face massages. I seen this one run in the opposite direction, right? Yeah, like, yeah, baby. These migraines feel so good. Out. um, that's the thing. That's a scenario when you run, you don't fall like in the movies. Okay, even if you're like me, you don't fall, and you throw things behind you so that they can't like get to you faster. You gotta do both those. Um, I seen this really cool face massager. It looked like something out of like an AI thing. Like you put it on your thing and it hits all the pressure points with heat and it cools down. But that son of a biscuit eater was like a grand. I was like, yeah, I'm not rolling like that. So I mean, if you want someone to try it out, I volunteer as Victor. Like, but yeah, no. Oh yeah, Nightmare Before Stitches. She has the my supernatural hardware that I usually get. She has really cool hardware. Like, cause it's not your normal, like, "Oh, this is Disney." Even her Nightmare Before Christmas, it feels a little bit more adult. It was. Oh, I hope so too. I think it's just because of the smoke. When I talked to my migraine per my migraine person to get an appointment, they actually had to bump I was supposed to have an appointment this month. They have to bump my appointment into August because there's so many people calling in for emergency meds. And see, the thing is that I know exactly what's triggering it. I haven't been to the point yet where I'm like, I gotta go to the doctors. It's more like to the point where I know that it's like I gotta rest, I got to be in a dark area, and I got to nurse. Anyone that migraine or sinuses knows there is a point where you have to stop and nurse it. So it's more like that, but there are people that are like going into they see my doctor that are going into the ER, and he and she both have to go and treat the patient at the hospital and like admit them or not admit them and all that stuff. So I'm going in August, but yeah, they're like, we are so overwhelmed with so many people calling right now, and it's because of the smoke. So like there's nothing you trying to find some like non-medicine thing is like I think a responsible thing to do, like whether it's essential oils or somebody was saying coconut pulling through your teeth, and I'm like, okay. Um like trying getting massages, or I really want to get a neck massage with all these hair oils. I got that done once and it was like the best thing I've ever had. I'm like, at first I was like, she's not gonna be able to do it. I have really curly hair. Nope, I was absolutely incorrect. And I was like, I apologize. But yeah, they do all these like warm oils. There's like no water in this. So your hair gets like drenched and saturated with oil. And first of all, your hair feels like, I don't know, my hair felt like I was carrying 20 pounds. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to lift my neck. Like, and then they like massage your whole face and they go through your scalp. Oh my God. If you ever had never had a scalp hair face massage with oil, I highly recommend it. I had one and this is like my dream. Every time it's like, what do you want for your birthday? You know what I want for my birthday. It's trying different things, yoga positions, I'm trying, like stretching over like of a foam roller, so that way if you do in between your shoulder blades and having your neck go back and your sinuses are like starting to open up and move. So that's all we can do right now is try different things because there's a lot of people that are in way worse condition than me and they need to be seen. Oh, yeah, yeah. I have no poker face. That's the thing. Like I am like the so when you see me thoroughly enjoying something, it is that. I have none because like anyone that's been around me and seen my face when I'm not liking something, they will tell you that like, yeah, I see anxiety in Shinova's face. I've seen when she's like pissed. I've seen when she is like literally questioning. I don't have a poker face. I've never had one. I don't really try. And that's why it's funny when people are intimidated to come by me because I have like, resting bee face when I'm not smiling, is because I don't know I have it. And someone tells me like, Shinova, are you sad? And I'm like, oh no, I'm paying attention. I'm just paying attention to the things around me. But yes, that box, like Sally Tornado's box is amazing. I'm really excited about Stitch Supply Co. She's going to be going live on Instagram on 7-Eleven. So on 7-Eleven, when I get on here, I'm going to remind you. And as soon as she goes live on Instagram, I'm going to link it and put it in YouTube on a YouTube post. She's going to go live and she's going to go talk about what the whole thing is when we could pre-order the whole 9 yards. I'm getting Stitch Supply no matter what. First, I like the owner. She's so jolly and so sweet and like so enthusiastic about fabrics and quilting. And she's one of the first people, like, I asked her if she was going to do the Queen of Diamonds quilt. And she said no. Even though she loves Tulip Pink, she's not doing it. And she's like, share the love. And then she was like, go to these, Pink Door fabric, go to this person, go to this person, go to your local fabric store. Like she's not like, no, I'm not doing it, or oh, we'll see, or we're gonna get it so that way we can compete. I don't know. There's something about her I really like. Oh no, Cindy, I'm so sorry. You definitely try CVS. CVS, Walgreens, and Rite Aid should have it. But at CVS, they have this thing where you just like stick in the microwave, and then it has like one side that says "Do not put on your face because it's hot," and the other side is like well cushioned, and you could put it on your eyes, and then try cold compresses right after. Like do a hot cold thing. I'm not really good with essential oils, but I do know that there are headache ones that you could purchase. My friend Serena is really good at that. So whenever I have a headache, she'll tell me what essential oils to go purchase to put in a diffuser or air diffuser, or to put. I'm really sensitive. I can't put straight essential oils. Like I have to like cut it with like olive oil or something. Um, because it will automatically leave like some kind of mark on my face for like 4 days. Oh yeah, I have no see, okay, this is why Kindle is like for me to get advent calendar. Okay. So ever since I was a little Nova, I loved Christmas, right? And one of the things I love about Christmas was hunting my presents down and opening them before my parents knew I did and wrapping them back up before they did. I don't know what was wrong with me. And I'm still kind of like that. Like you can't physically tell me that there's a present because it takes all my restraint not to open it. So this is how I feel like I grew with the first Advent box because I did not open it up. Now, did I fill up every package? Yeah, yes, I did. Every single envelope, I filled it up. I even put it near the light, but I didn't open it. So the next year, I got a little bit better. I felt them, but didn't put them in the light. But it was hard to do with Stitch Supply Co. because you can't if you open up a box and you open up that. So Stitch Supply Co. taught me last year a little bit of patience and to enjoy having a gift every day. But yes, I'm that person. Like to the point where Kindle, when he gets me gifts, he keeps them at the job until the day of. I'm 100% telling you the truth. If he hopped on, he'd be like, yeah, she was really bad at this. So I feel like Sally Tomato and Stitch Supply Co. taught me a little bit of patience. I am that person. You'll be like, don't open it until that day. And I'm like, I've always been really good at unwrapping stuff and like wrapping it back up. Yeah, I was that kid. That adult too. Oh, yes. Isn't that a great tool? It is a great tool to have. And the thing that I love about the fast to buy tool too is that because it's a drill bit, you can put so many different things in there. You can, like I said, as long as you have the dies, you can get the handheld dies for the 24 line snap, magnet snaps, all these snaps, and all you have to do is screw it in. It's a very cool tool to have. And it has endless opportunities. Oh, speaking of that tool, I don't need to screw that one down, but I want to screw my big, the big, the buckle guy press that I got, which I don't even know if I showed you guys. This press is massive. Um, Biggest purchase I bought this year, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of liking it. I had instant regrets when I bought it, like instant, because it's so unbelievably expensive. But see, there's a thing. For 2 years, I've been watching this dude's YouTube channel talking about he has something coming out. It's patent pending. When he went Instagram Live, he kind of showed it. And I was interested because I look at people who make bags and leather and their tools. They work so great in our bag community, whether you do vinyl, cork, and or leather. So I always have an issue. I have been very vocal about all the handheld presses and what I don't like about them. Um, like how they don't have a deep throat. Like when we get a sewing machine, we're looking for a sewing machine with a huge throat. So when we have a huge massive bag underneath there, it's not like crinkling up, or we don't have to sit there and roll it. Um, or when you're getting a walking foot machine, you're trying to look at the clearance from the foot press to the things, just how thick can you get stuff underneath there. So he did the same thing with his press, where it has like a big throat in the inside, that alone, plus all the tools. I don't think I've showed you guys one. It's heavy, so bear with me. It's super heavy. I gotta get Kendall to put it on a wood block. Oh my god, this thing. All right, so This has a 180. I can either press it forward or I can bring it, press it back or go forward. Look at the clearance. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. And then all the tools fit inside the machine. So if you have, hold on, let me put this right here so I can show you the tools. If you have other die kits, let's say from different machines, they have adapters so that you can put other dies in there. They have top adapters too, so you go other screws to put different machine heads. If you want your machine to get pulled forward, you put this in here, you remove one screw, and that's it. Or if you want it back, and it comes with the two things. But the whole tool set sits on the back of the machine. This thing weighs like 38 pounds, maybe. Yeah. It's super heavy. And so unlike the press that have all their weight usually in the handle like this, so when you push this forward, sometimes if this is not screwed down into a wooden board, it can topple forward or topple back depending on how you have it. Also with this machine, it has oiling spots, which is really important because I told you guys about oiling your scissors vicariously. You're supposed to also oil these to make things run and move smoothly. Kind of think of it like a door that's squeaking. You got to get that TW40 and you're like, so it has like really cool oil spots in it. So for oil here, there's one down here to help make this last a lifetime. This son of a biscuit eater, you cannot throw. Like, if it fell on your foot, I'll be 100% sure that you would have broke your foot. Oh no. Yeah. So this is the one I got. He had it patented. It's patent. I've been watching it for like 2 years. And then I think it came out this year, and there's not a lot of videos on it. So I'm going to do a video. I'm hoping I could do a video this weekend in reference to it because there's no videos reviewing it or anything. So I hope to review it this weekend and have a really good aerial shot and then a side shot so you can see it work. When I first got it, the first couple of presses, I was like, I regret this. I regret this. I regret this. This is horrible. And then once I finally got into the figuring out how I need to move it around and that the fact that I could pull it forward towards me or pull it behind me, and I oiled it and everything, I was like, this is the best machine I've ever purchased. Like, it kind of reminds me of the Fat to Buy because it has adapters so that way I can use other dies, other machine presses dies in case it does not come with this machine. So like there are certain, like my Mika Samarco one, the one I showed you in green, does not have a magnet snap. Now I know Cam Snaps has one, and I was this close to getting Cam Snaps, but I really wanted one from a leather person because a lot of the tools I've been purchasing for the past year and a half, like the foiling press and different things I've been getting, the Fat to Buy I found from a guy that was on YouTube that's a leather worker. So I've been buying tools that I see leather workers use, and it has literally been helping me out tremendously with my everyday sewing jobs. Yeah, I could post a link. This is an investment. Please do not get it just because I got it. This was my purchase when I did AwesomeCon. This was the first thing I was going to purchase besides Kendall's Grill. This was going to be my big splurge for my company. I've been looking for one because I've been very vocal about how I don't like a lot of the presses because they topple over, or even if they're on the wood, there's a shifting. I hate their hole punches because it's usually like the hole punches on the bottom, or it comes really weird on the top and it can like fray the material and whatnot. So I've been very, very vocal about it, and I love my Mika Samargo one. I got that from Etsy. It's the same one that Sarah Lawson got. That's the person who influenced me to get that one. I have no regrets. I still use that one. There's certain dies like my spike dies like to put like cool spikes on bags or whatever, are Minkus and Margot. They just don't have like the flat press. They don't have the magnets. There's a couple things that they did not have, and I was looking long and hard for a second one before I made the purchase, and that's what I decided to get this one. I do I do a lot of research before I purchase something. A lot. And I was the other one I was gonna get, and if Sandra was on here, she could tell you, was the CS Osborne. Christine, you know that too, because you were there, and I was like looking at that because I have never seen that in person. That is a great press too, because this is what they use for the people for boating, for Cellrite. Like they use that. CS Osborne has been around longer than any of these other presses, and the way it is engineered and the way it is shaped to give you the maximum punch or things with the less physical strength. So I really appreciate that kind of stuff because they are used in factories. So it's repetitive use. So it's engineered so that their workers don't get injured in their shoulder, arm, leg, like the whole body thing. Those you can get the CS press at Cellrite and or Waywack. Sandra has one, and so Christine, Nicole, and Arnetta, you guys seen what that press looks like. Um, but yes, I am a if my husband could tell you before I go, if I before I do anything, I research the heck out of it. And I would wait. I follow Buckle Guy on YouTube and whatever and Instagram. And when I seen this came out, I was like, this is the big purchase I'm gonna make. It's really expensive, so don't look at me like I'm crazy, okay? You're forewarned. And again, savings in my cells. I can't stress that enough. Send you the link now. So this is the Buckle Guy one. And I'm going to send you the Cellrite the CS Osborne. This is the one that was a heavy contender for me because they have a lot. The thing with the CS Osborne, you will have to buy your dies from different people. Different people have different dies. The CS Osborne also has a button die, which to me it was a huge game changer because I like to put really cute buttons on my bag sometimes. Um, again, so yes, yes. She has it too. She's the only other person I've seen to have that. And I think I'm wondering if Shannon does the same thing. I do and look at leather workers because that's where I seen mine and I was like sold. Kendall was the one that got it for me for the fast to buy because he will tell you my hand presses kept going out. Now and again, I'm as small as my hands are. They're freaking strong as all hell. Like I will crush anybody's hand. Nobody likes to play thumb war with me. My hands are strong. So I feel like maybe I was destroying presses. But then I started noticing everybody else like doing the hole punch and do the sewer's wiggle. You're like punching and you're wiggling to clear out the hole. So one day, lo and behold, I was looking at one of the leather workers. He's a guy that's in Italy that the whole channel is in Italian. There's English subtitles, and he did that. And I was like, "What is that?" I asked in the YouTube thing, and he said it was a fast to buy, and that you can get it on Amazon. So I told Kendall, and I was like, "Look, I already broke another one. It's not working," and we purchased that, and that has been one of my favorite tools since I got it. But for the press, I've been looking for a press for many moons. I've had my Minkus and Margot for over 6 years. So, and they're great. They are a person that has a video on every single one of their dies. The only dies they don't have that I was not able to find anything to convert it was the flat press and the magnetic one. And I love riveted magnets versus the prongs. I don't know. I feel like you can get a pronged out real easily. So the riveted one is my favorite style. And the only person that has dies for that one right now is Cam Snaps. My reluctancy with Cam Snap is when I think of Cam Snap, I think of the plastic tool things, and I just feel like they don't have a lot of dyes either. So um, when I started looking, I found I was gonna get the regular Buckle Guy press, the tan one. You've probably seen the regular tan one in people's videos, but then I seen that he came out with this one. I was like, why the heck is this worth so much money? And then when I started watching the videos and started watching the reason why he did it, he was talking about the same things that I complain about like having to feel like you're pushing down with all your power on the press to get like a cam snap to fit in or a 24 line snap. How that some presses, having a press that only goes either forward or backwards sucks versus having a 180-degree thing, and not having tools that can convert other dyes. And I was like, he has me sold. And you've seen the neck clearance. The neck clearance, I could stick a whole damn bag in there and not have to really roll things up. The neck clearance is real because our cam snaps have this. This is our neck hole clearance. This is Mika Margot. And this can't, I feel like I'm doing weights. Look at this clearance. So I was like, sold. I got a little loud there because that thing's really heavy. And if it fell on my foot, then you would have heard Kendall running down the stairs as I'm crying in pain. It's a lot of money. And again, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. I did my research. I always tell people to research. And again, it wasn't a spare of a moment thing. It was like, okay, I have these conventions in between these two or these conventions. This is going to be my purchase. That's how I got all my machines. I've never paid a finance charge for any of my machines. I just pay for them in cash based off of the sales I made. That's the only way I can justify it. Like, okay, obviously I'm selling, so um, I can get this. Does that make sense? So off of the sales I made, that was my big purchase for AwesomeCon was this. And then my second big purchase was a Cellrite sander, and I've already used that several times. So, and then I do have a sublimation machine that Jake Hammond because that was because of Jess. Jess, she got a sublimation machine and she's been sublimating on cork, and that got me sold because you guys know how much I love cork. But the problem with cork is I can't be fully nerdy without using like a magnet or something else. Now I can sublimate on it. Oh, cork everything. Okay. And then I have really cool people in my Patreon that showed me. Jenny was showing me where I can get blanks of stuff, and I've been getting links to videos how you can sublimate on even cotton. There's like weird tricks and stuff, and I'm just like super excited to do that. So I'm hoping that on 4th of July I can open up and do my software and do my first sublimation on cork, because I would love to do something really cool, Star Trekky, or like something really fun, and put it on some cork and make a bag. And hopefully, because Kendall's here, he can help me with filming. It's a little bit harder for me to film when I have to use both my hands. Like, I'm not the best at filming. So I'm really excited about the sublimation because, again, like I expressed to you, that in the fabric world, a lot of the fandom designers are slowly going away and doing different things. Like my friend Tabitha from Twisted Needle Textiles, she's going into photography. So I'm like excited for her, but sad that I won't have like my cool supernatural fabric anymore. Someone did purchase it from her. So you never know in the future, but with this, that became something I've been hyper aware of. Do I want to have my bags kind of be in like a detente, like where I'm not selling because I don't have fabric, or can I make something that is exclusive for me to provide to my customers, and I don't have to wait for someone else's fabric or whatever. So that was really cool to me. And I guess like when I was doing the HTV pills on showing you on the HTV Ront, when I was putting them on the waterproof canvas and the cork, it got me start thinking I can do cool nerdy prints without actually paying $28 for a yard of fabric that's going to come in 8 to 16 weeks. And I can find stuff that's more exclusively for me. So I'm really excited about that. And these are the things that I bought for my business based off of AwesomeCon. And then I have ideas for this con that I'm doing next weekend of what I want to purchase. mostly it's going to be lighting. I have a really cool OT light on for my 1541S. I would like to get one for the other two machines. Lighting is super important when you're sewing. How much is this, the big thing? Oh, it's like 5 something. It's really ridiculously expensive. But I'm not gonna lie, I think it's worth it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think you should break the bank for it. I feel like if you want one, save up. Also look to see if there's other videos. Do research. I'm gonna do a video on it hopefully this week. I'm hoping I could film that on Tuesday as well, so it can be released to you guys for you to see. It is extremely heavy though. When the box came and I went to pick it up, I was like, I was not prepared. Like, because these weigh what, like 4 or 5 pounds? So like, you're like, I'm like, I usually am picking these up like this and then wind up pinching myself on this. I cannot tell you how many little blood blisters I've got because of this. Because I hold it like this and then my finger fats get stuck in that. Um, so it's always on the ground next to one of my sewing machines. I've been looking for a second one for a while. Christine, Arnett, and Sandra and Nicole can attest, because the first thing I did when I got into Nicole's shop is I looked at her press. She has a row of presses for her students, and she had the CS Osborne, and that's the one that I've been eyeing, and it's a phenomenal machine. I gotta tell you, if I wasn't hyper aware of what his product, that would have been the press that I would have bought. It's been around for a long time. It has very unique dies that can like elevate your bag game. And the way you press forward, it helps with not putting all your weight when you press back. When you press back, you're putting your weight in it. When you press forward, you're just going, it's just better for your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, your hands, whatever. And they have flat press. They have like 24 line snaps. They have rivets. They have a lot of things for it. And this is what CS Osborne's what they use in boating, and boats still with leather, vinyl, cork, all that stuff. So just to think about it. The fast to buy is it depends. There's some on Amazon that are $98. I believe mine's cost $139. Yeah, I'm really excited about the sublimation too. I have this idea of having like a quilted print with like with little hope symbols from Star Wars and rose gold. I got to get better with digitizing though. Um so when I sublimated on the cork last time, I was at 400, no, I was at 385. And it stayed on. From what I've been listening to other leather workers, that you can go all the way up to 400. Cork doesn't really melt. It's not supposed to have a lot of direct heat, but it's only for 15 seconds or 60 seconds at the most. And it had no issues. I played with it afterwards. There was no cracking, no nothing. Yeah, I know. I seen the tube lighting. I thought about that. I have a really cool auto light, and it's hecka bright. Like, you see how like there's no light on, and then I could change the mood. So I have different lights on this one, and it is my favorite light ever. Like, I've had this since I had the 1541. This light costs like $119, but I got it for $69 on Black Friday at Joann's. So I definitely want to get two lights, other lights for the other machines, because lighting is super important. Um, it's really important to me. It's kind of like photos. The better lighting and diffusers you have, the better the picture will look. Um, so that's what I want to get for the two machines. And I got a new speed reducer on the 1341. That's why you guys see me on it a lot more. The needle down position is so much easier. So I would like to get a different one for the 5550, because the one I have is like this very old school one, and I want to upgrade that. And those speed reducers cost about 229, 269. So those are the things that I got to do. But other than that, it's just getting cork and leather. There's not very much more I need. I would like to get a couple more blanks, so that way I can like practice more with sublimation, because I would love to offer that as a part of my thing. Like, oh, I could sublimate like your school logo on your bag for this amount of money, or like whatever. Also, I seen this really cool thing where this person, they got like, they put the name of their company, and they had like it rolls like you cut. So they did the sublimation print, and so she cut it, she put like all the little sublimations in a folder, and every time for her lining, she would just sublimate her bag tag on the inside of her bag. And I was like, that is genius, because we all like these little name tags, but what if you're able to do something a little bit more custom? Like I'm doing a Beetlejuice bag. What if I'm able to sublimate in the inside of the bag, like Deo, we say Deo, we say Deo, or like never trust the living. Like you really can now start customizing these bags to be completely different than everybody else's, based off of your personality and your knowledge of what you're making. Like you can have some fun. Like have a Freddy Krueger bag, and then inside the bag says 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, or something. Like it, I can't explain it. I'm hoping that I can do because the con that I'm going to now is, people know me because it's been around, again, like I said, longer than I've been alive. So they have vendors that go there every single year. So I'm hoping that I can give you guys more reactions to people and why they like a bag and whatever. But I could tell you for sure, everybody, when they opened up my bags, that's what, like, that was like also the selling point. Like they were like, oh, I want this bag, I want this bag. But then something in the lining made them go, I'm buying it. Like I can't tell you how many times someone opened up the Lord of the Ring bag and was like, ooh, nasty little pocketsies, or made from the mountains of Mordor, or whatever, or just like little tags that I had that made people smile when they opened it. So that made me start thinking, like, what can I do? Something a little bit different for the inside of the bag. Just hit, oh, turn on my HTV wrong. That's one of the reasons why I got that too. It like heats up in like 3 minutes. So I like, I'm not waiting 30 minutes for it to get to 400 degrees. I think it's a cool idea to, I could put, Nova's Knits, or That's So Nova, and then like a quirky little sublimation inside the lining of a pocket or whatever, to make the bag elevate to the next level. That's what I'm always trying to do, is trying to make my bags better than the last one. My eyebrows are like crazy because I was doing some straight up acupressure. I got the Autolite from Joann's on Black Friday. I know people don't talk about it, but Joann's do have some really awesome sales on Black Friday. And their Autolites are usually like 50, 60% off. I have an Autolite in my nightstand too. I just like the moods, because like if you have a headache, there's like a more warm color, so it's not as bright. And during the winter, when you're like, I want sunlight, they have like, their lights are also for people that have depression or seasonal depression. I'm telling you, research, because when you get something, there might be something a little bit more money that you might have to save up for, but it might hit a couple different things. Like, oh, I do have seasonal depression. I can't, and you never know. I think if you talk to a therapist, I'm not gonna lie. If you say you have seasonal depression and you're sewing, and that there's mood light things, if they research it, they may be able to petition for your insurance to cover it. Just throwing that out there. Like that's something that you might think of, because insurance, I mean, that's what they're there for. And therapists are trying to find also more organic ways for you to be healthy. Just like, going to physical therapy, if you have migraines, like people are like, what? Because you can hold a lot of tension in your neck and your back, which can trigger migraines, because you're like, blood and all that great stuff. See, look at it. Like Fastaboy upgraded to a hot foil stamp machine too. See, there's really cool things. Yeah, I didn't realize that until Jess from So Many Creations. I did, okay, so I did HTV. I got a HTV on, and I did it on cork. So I, in my head, I was like, if it can handle HTV, it's gonna handle cork. Um, but when I seen her, she had like this really cool wolf on like this natural cork. I was like, oh shoot. All it started like having boom, 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 boom. Like, what can I do? Because I have been stressing. I had Moonbeam Textiles as a group that's going to be ending, and that's where I get most of my Lord of the Ring, my Firefly, and some of my Doctor Who prints. So I put in one last order. that closed on the 30th, and she's going to have one more round showing having all of her fabrics and that you could purchase, and that's it. But then when that fabric runs out, if someone's like, hey, I want that kind of Doctor Who and I don't have that print anymore, that's when I started thinking, when I seen the sublimation, like, what can I do to make me set myself apart from other people, but also not relying on other companies? And that's when I was like, the sublimation machine is for me. Circuit could cut out your sublimation, but you need to print out your you need to print from a printer that has sublimation ink. I didn't get an Epson. I wanted the Epson that was a sublimated printer, but when I talked to a heat press guy, they were really big about Sawgrass, so that's what I went for. Oh, have a good brunch. Oh, have fun being the boyfriend. Don't be too harsh. But, be protective, I know that is serious to meet your mom. I'm not prepared for that. I don't think I'm a very nice, like, I think I'm gonna be, like, not nice to my kids' partners. I don't know why. I just feel like you're not good enough for my babies. But I'm gonna try really hard not to be like that. But probably low key I'll be like that. I nothing we're just talking about sublimation. You got probably Kendall's attention with grits. I can't do grits. I don't do oatmeal either. I have this thing with, like, I don't know. But apparently having cookies with marshmallows is my thing. That s'mores. She doesn't watch my YouTube videos, but Kendall does. That s'more was like the best damn s'more I've ever had in my life. It was life changing. It was life changing. Faith doesn't watch it, so she won't know. Oh, yeah, I have patches. I have like embroidery patches that look like Polaroid pictures that say "Never trust the living," and they're the two ghosts. uh, yeah. See, he already said it. Faith in him. I can't do grits at all. I can't. I don't. And this is why me and Hope and Ken we roll tight because we don't do that. We're just like really weird. I think my family is like, how like there's picky dinner or lunch eaters. We're not that. We're picky breakfast eater. It's hard to get us all to like the same thing for breakfast. See, there you go. Hollow bag. It's on sale right now for $69. And the thing is that again, this is no light, and then regular power. Then you can boost it up, or you can have it go lower. And there's different moods. And I didn't. I've had this. I've had this since this machine, and I think I've had this machine for 4 or 5 years now. 4 or 5 years, and I have never had to change a light bulb. Unless Kendall did it secretly, and I doubt he did. I've never had to change a light bulb at all on on my Autolite, and I love Autolite. And again, they use it for seasonal depression for a lot of people. Oh my god, you guys are making me hungry. I like pork chops and gravy, but I wouldn't eat the grits. But I'll eat your pork chops. I love me some pig. Oh yeah, all the kids cook. All the kids try to cook. All of them have different things. Hope is the only one that cooks for the puppies though. So like for birthdays for the dogs, she'll make them stuff, or just because like she tries different dog recipes. So she's quite interesting too. Hope Faith is more of the dessert because she's a sweet tooth. So she'll try like to make dessert stuff. And sometimes I'm like hard pass, not good, right? But that's more chocolate chip cookie. I ate too. I ate too. I'm not ashamed. It tastes really good. Yeah, she's a cutie. No, they can't cook grits. No. I try to teach them how to make I make a lot of bread, but I do it during the holidays. So my kids I'm like their favorite between September and December because this is when I cook. I am really good at making I'm a good cook, but I feel like I'm a really good baker. Like I'm a good cook, a solid cook. Like you're gonna be like, holy crap, you know, that's awesome. But my bakery, my bake mode, I can make people like bond over like my baking and my chocolate cake is the best chocolate cake you will ever have in your life. And I don't really like chocolate. I'm just throwing that out there. Good morning, Teresa. I'm a really good baker though. Biscuits and gravy sounds good now. You guys gotta stop. She's like, I want to eat something now, right? Like, have you like? It's hard because like Kendall can cook really well too. Okay, baker, not the best. Like, I actually think Faith is a better baker than he is. Um, love you. um, but yeah, now it makes me want to bake. I don't like baking in the summertime because then like you're just super hot. It's already warm and humid, so I don't do it. But as soon as they say pumpkin spice, I'm like baking like nobody's business. I love baking. I know I make really no, I make the bomb. Like, okay, I have, I had his family over and they all ate my cake. Like my chocolate cake is good. I make really good desserts. And then on top of it, I listen. So Kendall's grandmother gave me her icebox cake, her different recipes, her pound cake thing. I write it all down. I pay attention and I love baking. I am really good at baking. Like I mean, when I make croissants, you're gonna be like, "Holy crap." I'm that person that's rolling them out every hour, putting new butter in it, rolling them back in, putting them in the fridge. I'm a baker. I'm not like sitting here like, no, I make macaroons. I bake. I can bake. I like baking fresh bread, everything. I can bake. Oh, my pretzel buns too. You would lose your damn mind. Okay. So like I'm a good baker. That's like my thing. But I can cook because my dad and my mom can cook. So I had the best of both worlds. I had like, Spanish cuisine and like soul food. So I can cook. I'm not like the best soul food cooker. I can cook though. You're gonna wind up enjoying it. It's just like it's not gonna be like life-changing experience. Like my mom has like life-changing experiences with her soul food. But I think with soul food, it comes with age. Like the older you are, the better you are with it and the more patience you have with it. Baking, I feel like it's a similar thing too, but I've always had a knack for baking. His biscuits are okay. Kendall could cook, right? You want some etouffee, you want some gumbo, you want some anything with seafood or whatever. Yeah, that's your dude right there. He can bake. He can bake some food, but no, he can't. He can't. He can't bake. He makes really good fries though. So, really good fries. Oh my god. See, I got Kendall's smoker. I am waiting for him to put something in it. I'm hoping that he smokes something for 4th of July. I'm saying this because I know he's right. He's listening and he's right above my head on the I want something smoked. I got him this really classy grill smoker thing. I want something smoked for 4th of July. Preferably a pig. I will ask Faith. I'll tell Faith to give me her s'more cookie recipe, and then I could put it in here or send it to you. Oh, I love baking bread. Like I'm really good at baking bread. No bread. I don't even own a bread machine. It's always interesting when I hear people saying they put it in there. I've always wanted to play with one, but I never justify buying one because I just like I don't. I know I love baking. It's just like a thing I like to do. It's very therapeutic and then I love when everyone loves it around me. Cookies are a hot topic in our house because some of us don't like some things and some of us don't like the other. Like I'm always on the fence with chocolate chip cookies. I'm not a big chocolate fan. But if it's made with like Godiva dark chocolate, it's over. I'm going to eat it. Yeah, the weather's not that bad. It's so bad. So for Father's Day, I got him. It's a grill that has charcoal, gas, and a smoker. I had him scout for this like a month before because I was like, that was gonna be my first purchase with so at Awesome Con, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So at the end of each day, I would take the money from Square and put it into my bank account. And so my very first purchase was to get Kendall this grill because Kendall's a good dude. He works really hard for his family. He doesn't do anything like he doesn't. There's like all of his activities are things that cost like really low cost. He puts 100% into this family. He is a great father. He's a great husband. He's a great best friend, so he doesn't do a lot of stuff for himself. You know how it is when you become a parent, you kind of slowly not do things for yourself that you used to get done. Like, perfect example, I used to get manicures and pedicures on a weekly basis. It's more like a yearly basis, and I take care of my own stuff now. So, because these are little expenses that you wind up putting towards your children for different things. So, I wanted to give him like a really good Father's Day. He likes barbecuing, and our barbecue thing was like dead. It was like I don't know how he made great food out of this thing that was super old, super ancient, or whatever. So, I told him that's what I want to give him for Father's Day, and I he got one of a really nice one where it had to get delivered, and that delivery story was a was a whole nother subject. And then it was so funny because we were in a drought when the grill came, and I was like, "Yeah, he's gonna put this bad boy together," and then all the rain started happening. So, um, yeah, so I got him that one. He got it from I think Lowe's, and that's what he got. So now I'm like, okay, you got this really cool grill. I want some smoked meat. Do it. Oh my god, you know what would be awesome? Some smoked salmon. I'm a sucker for seafood. You're like, "Shove, I have some seafood sold. I'm sitting down. What are we eating?" Unless it's shark. Don't give me shark. Okay? Just don't. That is all. There's not many things I'll be like, "Oh no, no." In Spain, they eat a lot of it, and that's like the one cuisine I cannot like get on board with. It's just I don't know. Good morning. I don't know what kind of grill he got. Maybe Kendall can Kendall, do you know what kind of grill you I love me some oatmeal cookies too. Same with Hope. Ken and Kendall, me, and Hope like oatmeal. Ken and Faith don't eat oatmeal cookies, but there is nothing better than a warm oatmeal cookie. Like it's over. It's over. Did you guys know at 7-Eleven, right? I guess I haven't been to 7-Eleven in a long time. So I went to go get, I told you, you're able to get flat whites there for like $1 something, and it's like an extra large. I'm like, sold, right? I can't get Starbucks all the time. So, 7-Eleven's like right across the street, like a couple blocks away. Why do they have hot chocolate Oreo cookie and cookie and cream? I was this close to be like, do I want a flat white that has the caffeine in it? Or do I want a cookie and cream hot chocolate? I was like, well, okay, 7-Eleven, I see you. I see you. Get my big gulp and like go. I a big gulp or icy 7-Eleven is like my favorite thing in the summer. And don't forget on 7-Eleven, you can get a free big gulp. Get your free big gulp on. Ooh, banana blueberry bag. Sounds good. I cannot bake in the summer. I like Hope makes really good pancakes, but like I could tell like when you put that oven on or that griddle on, that heat stays in that house for just a little too long. And you're just like, okay, I'm not hot, but I'm hot. I love bananas. Same with Loki. Loki likes bananas too. Yeah. Hope is like forever. That's like his her first. She'll be like, treat, treat. I'm like, stop giving him the bananas. I don't know. I like one I have a I feel like because my kids are a little bit older, they're more self-sufficient. Two, it just I don't know. I don't really garden. Kendall does. Now what happened was is because there was a drought and nobody was watering the garden and like no one waters it when the sun's not out because that's like not the best thing to do for plants. Um So I will water the garden for them. And now we have broccoli. We have broccoli heads. Kendall just post like had got a picture of it. So I will water them, and I love plants. I just don't generally keep them alive. It's usually Hope or Kendall that keeps them alive. Um, our bushes are going to bud. So I'm thinking in the next 2 weeks they'll go full fledged, and I'll do a captain's log outside so you can see it because they're going to be absolutely beautiful. I do want more of a front garden, so that is one of my focusing points of this with this convention. I want to start getting my fall flowers like into the ground so they could be ready for fall, and have my winter garden too. I'm gonna do it all dark colors just to piss off my HOA later. I'm petty like that. So, um, but I do sew, cooking, and all that stuff like that. That just comes natural. Like we have 3 kids, we can't eat out all the time, and then also I all I did was eat like sew for myself. I'm not a fast food person, and especially like college at Shinova. Like I told you, it was like interesting ways to make top ramen. Um, and hot dogs. This is the reason I don't eat hot dogs anymore too. Is college. College ruined that for me. Um, hold on, I'm like choking. But then each one of the kids help. They have, their chores and they do whatever they have to do. But Kendall's the gardener, not me. I can kill a cactus and bamboo plant like in 2 days flat. I've seen bread machines. I hear friends say me they go in it, but I've just never actually used one. Oh no. The grill is a Oak Ford 1150. Oh yeah, I would be there in a minute. I'll be like, let's eat seafood. I want to go to Maine like Maine is so beautiful. Just is so such a beautiful area. Home Depot, I was wrong. Yeah, on 7-Eleven, everyone needs to go. Like I always try to remember National Donut Day, Ice Cream Day, because these are the days that you can get like little free things. But yeah, 7-Eleven, go get your big gulp on. And I don't like pecans. See, that's how you get us divided in the house. I would eat an oatmeal cookie, but I don't like really nuts in my food at all. Like I love nuts by itself. Like I'll eat them just like on the reg, but I don't like them in food. It just I don't know. Ooh, $1 million chocolate chip. That sounds pretty interesting. What? Garlic steak Dorito? Did you get some? I think you should try. Okay, so because look, I had a friend from Canada was like, I'm gonna send you some ketchup chips. I was like, I don't like ketchup. Those chips are freaking game changer. They're for Lay's potato chips. And if you have any friends that are in Canada, ask them to send you a pack. Freaking game changer. Me and Kendall kept eating them like, wait, this doesn't taste like ketchup, but it's like amazing. I yeah, Team Petty, right? Like, no. She's okay, so I named my HOA lady Consumption. I know it's not nice, okay? Um, she's always coughing into rags, and immediately I just think of consumption. I don't know what's wrong with me. That's what she's like really weird. She did like a lot of really weird things to people even during when we were on lockdown. Like she was trying to tow people's cars that didn't have a tag or they were parked there too long. And like literally the governor said that the MVA, the DMV for you guys, MVA is closed. There's no so you can't do anything. They can't do anything to do it. Like she was doing petty stuff, like really petty stuff. So I thought, hey, what can I do to do this? Like, so within the HOA parameters, we can have whatever we want in the garden. So I was like, what if I make everything black, blue, and purple? Yeah, I plan on doing that. Oh, the ketchup ones are here. Yeah, that was a freaking game changer. Someone sent me the ketchup one and then something seasoning. It tastes like taco shells, like with all the like the taco seasoning on it. I was like, holy, yeah, I did not know about it. I like try and do like the interesting garlic. I love garlic, so I say get the garlic steak chips. It might be like game changing, but then I hate it if you like it and then it would be hard for you to get again. Yeah, everyone does need a Kindle. If someone's writing a backpack, they can just put out a like I would go into like either Sci Swag, so whatever, or creative bag making and ask for testers. Or if you're not on Facebook, go through Instagram and see, or TikToks or Reels and see if there's designers that you like, and then just message them. I've got messages where people are like, "Hey Shnova, I'm a designer, I'm new. Can you test this pattern out or can you do a video?" And I'll say yes or no, I'm sorry, I don't have the time for it, but I wish you all luck, and I'll mention it. Um, but yeah, most of the time for testers, I have people reach out to me now, but in the beginning when no one knew who I was, I would either a reach out to a person asking if they need testers, or answer tester calls on Facebook or Instagram. And if you're not on Facebook, then I highly recommend Instagram because it's not as invasive where you're in groups trying to listen to drama. It's just post, right? So if you see someone's bag that you like, you could just like message them and be like, "Hey, do you want to test for me?" And they'll say yes or no. And you go on from there. There are some groups that we have that I test for that everything's done by email. The person reached out to me in email. I test through email. I send my pictures in email, and then I post on my social media, but they're not on social media. It's pretty like there's ways of getting around if you're not on any social media platforms. I know you gotta go, Arnetta. You really do gotta go. I know it looks so much fun. I am hyped to go to the So Magical in September. I'm actually really excited too because I will be leaving later on Monday. So I'm gonna be dragging Monica to Disney on one of those days. So I'm gonna be really tired on Tuesday. Like, look, I regret doing life decisions, but look at the cool toys that I bought. I know Kindle garlic stick sounds pretty good. Thank you, Jenny. I'll test for Teresa in a heartbeat too. Yeah, she's the HOA. She lives here too. She's one of the original people that lived here. Our complex was made in 1972, and there's only like probably like 100 townhouses. We're a really small community. But she is just, I don't know. At first, I was like, she's by herself, da da da. Like, she could be, upset, angry, or she just likes to be to herself. You never know what someone's feeling. But then she just continues to be rude to the newer people that moved in. And she absolutely despises that when she's trying to make some kind of clause that homeowners, like the houses on the left and right to us, are rented. The owner rents out their place. We own it in the middle. Like, she has like negative thoughts to about renters, and I'm just like, like, she gave a fine to somebody that was was snowbound. Like, so they like their snowbirds, they leave, in fall or whatever, and I guess they had poison ivy, but in their property, it wasn't crawling outside, and she put like fines at the door and stuff like it. So I'm gonna have a dark garden. So, have a good day. Definitely, I can't wait to see it. I will definitely test for Teresa in a heartbeat. No, I'm not. Weirdly, I'm not on a lot of teams that you think I am. I don't test every single test for someone. Like this, like during this season is kind of hard. Um, I'm on different testing teams. I like to test bags. I feel like the more challenging like test or something simplistic, it's fun. This is one way I get to try something new because I will make the same kind of similar bag over and over again because I feel confident in it. But I love testing actually. I also love a designer who's receptive to feedback, and I love trying new shapes. So I'm always down for testing. Yeah. I I know you're lucky, Teresa. I also like, well, I have people that for ask me to be on strike teams, like they reach out to me now, but that I think it's because of this. I think because not even my YouTube channel, I think it's the Captain Logs because it's a different kind of way to have a platform. But before I did YouTube, I did have a handful of people reaching out to me, but I actually like when people individually reach out to me, and I'll explain why for this. Because sometimes as as a bag maker, especially me, because I don't do sophisticated, really pretty bags or whatever. I do something that is whimsical and fandom like. I feel like higher end bag designers don't even look at me because they're like, oh, she's going to do Star Wars or she's going to do this. So when someone reaches out to me and they're like, we love your work, your last bag on this hitchhiker was amazing, or the way you made this Erica Bowler bag was amazing, it literally makes me feel like I'm on top of the world, like someone sees my work. Um, so I don't mind going to do a tester call, but I've always felt when I did a tester call before even YouTube, I felt weird because I felt like I was competing with the 2,500 other people that are posting that they'll do it. So it made me reluctant. So that's just something to think of as a designer. Sometimes if you reach out to someone, even if they're a new bag maker, it's I for me, if I was to design a pattern, I would reach out from brand new bag maker to advanced person so that way you can get feedback from all different sides. I would go for different people that have make sophisticated bags with leather bags and cork to people that do fandom so that you can have a wide variety of different designers. I would look for people that sew on Singer old machines like the Rocketeer to the semi-domestic to Juki to someone has an industrial. So you can say, yes, my bag is made for people that have a semi-industrial or higher, or no, it's super domestic friendly, or no, it is only industrial friendly. And I would look for somebody for different walks of life and have different aesthetics. And why I would reach out to them is because then you are getting your actual dream team. If someone says yes or no, you can move on to the next person. And it also shows that you're very active in the community and you're watching. That's just my soapbox stance. I think that if you want someone on your team, try to recruit them because you'll get a better diverse team that way. And you're lucky, Arnetta. My she's like one she's 2 rows away from us, but she's just ugh. Consumption sometimes is the worst. I can't wait to go to Orlando. Yeah, definitely. Definitely reach out to me. I'm always I even encourage designers that watch this if they are brand new. I love testing bags, and if you want me to make a video for sure, because I'll try to get that if it doesn't compromise with another test I'm doing, I don't have a problem doing it. I feel like it's fun to put new people on a different platform that no one's ever seen before, and that's what I strive to do on this channel. Yes, you're going to get your Ora Rosas. Yes, you're going to get your Country Cow from me. You're going to get anything that Joy makes from Georgia Girl Stitch. But I try to also come up with different people that are not as mainstream as this, so that their name could be put out there because it's pretty cool. Some of these new designers are just blowing it up. Like they have techniques that I've never even thought of, and I'm like literally giddy when I'm reading their pattern. Teresa, you don't have to be on Facebook. Get on Instagram. This is like Instagram is the place to be. And here's the thing, because you don't have like that's so Nova thing. You don't have like so whatever. You don't have bag creations. You just have bag makers. So if you type in Swoon Lola, you get to see Swoon Lolas from all over the world. And if you see someone that is consistently posting on Instagram and has like a lot of feedback and a lot of communication, that could be a tester. Like to me, I think I interact more on Instagram than I do on Facebook. I spend more time on Instagram than Facebook too, because I like to watch people's reels and how they put their videos together and how they do still shots of their bags and progress. Like I honestly think for bag makers, like looking at TikTok or Instagram might be a little bit better than Facebook because the algorithm is different and people when they're on these platforms are searching for very specific things. So there's not flooding the wall with spam. You're looking for exactly what you want. But that's just my point of view. Go ahead, Lynette. Instagram is better. And it just is. It's like there's no cliquish groups. There's no none of that. If you were to put That's So Nova or Nova's Nets, you get to see all my bags. So you don't get to see like no spam, if that makes sense. It's like you get to see the things that I'm making. Like I did a still shot of the bag that I made yesterday that I will put out on Friday. I feel like I do a lot more pictures on Instagram than I do on Facebook. The interactions are a little bit different, and I get to talk to so many people all over the world, and it's just for that specific thing that I'm searching for. And Jenny, point on, no drama. Good morning. Well, I'm gonna hop off because I need to start working on the bag that I need to finish the one last strike bag and then start on my Princess Leia bag. Hopefully I can get most of the Princess Leia bag done today and then finish it tomorrow. Best case scenario, I finish it today, but I don't want to rush that one. Um, so yeah, that's all I have today, and I will see you tomorrow. If or you'll see me on a Facebook Live if someone goes live. It's Sunday. I hate Sundays because it's like the end of the expo, so it's like kind of like bittersweet. But we'll see who goes live. So I will talk to you guys all tomorrow, and have a good day. Bye.